Annyeonghaseyo.
I'm Marshallie.
I'm Ariel.
And we're
Soju for Two.
Okay, so next is going to be our review of the classic, which came out in 2003.
Yes, so the main characters. We have So Ji-jin plays two roles. She plays Ji-hae and Ju-hee. And then Jo Seung-woo plays Yoon-ha. And then Zo In-sung plays Sang-min. And then we have a bunch of other characters, but those are the three major characters. But I need to also mention, and I don't think he's on here, weird, Woo is in this. He's never on the list. What is this? Woo's in this, and he plays, I forget what his name is, like Tae-soo or something. But he's a very important character, but he's of course not on this because everyone is mean to Woo. Not us. Not us, guys. Okay, so the characters. I'm gonna
let's mention too. This was mentioned to. This was told to us. We were told to watch this by a subscriber.
Yes, and I will put your name down here. Yeah. I can't remember at the top of my head. I'm sorry right now, but thank you for recommending
really
this. We loved it.
This was recommended to us.
Exactly. Okay, so characters. So the plot of this. So it's a lot like, I would say there's two movies. It's like,
yeah, we would say it's like The Notebook
and Love Rate.
Yeah, like
all in one.
And in the best of both of them, in 2 hours, or whatever it was. But I mean, it felt like it was the best. And not any of the bad.
The reason why I felt like that to us is because you have two different times. So you have a girl who's reading the letters of her parents, and it's set in like the 60s.
That's very much like Love Rain.
Yeah, and then you have the modern relationship, and she's in college. And then it's also sort of like The Notebook, I feel like, because it's sort of like faded. Like, they sort of meet, and then time passes, and all that sort of stuff. It just feels like that to me. And it's called The Classic, which I think is a really great title, because it's not a classic. It's actually, she's reading a line, she goes, oh, that's really corny. And then she goes, maybe it's a classic.
Yeah.
And that's, like, everything you want from a romantic, like, movie like this.
I feel like this movie understood us.
It really understood us, guys. And it's so, so beautiful.
So going into the chemistry here, obviously there's chemistry. And it's, like, one of those chemistries where it's really hard to create this, I think. I think this is, like, one of those moments where the actors really connected, and it shows on screen. Yeah, the male lead in the older generation, the 60s, it's interesting. He's not the best looking, like, male lead, but something about him was really likable. It's connected. I mean, you feel like they're really connected. You feel like the relationships in this are well-founded and not at all forced.
Yeah, and then you have Woo plays like this sort of goofy, sort of a sad character, though. I mean, he has a really sad story that's really compelling. I mean, his abusive father and all this stuff, and has an arranged marriage with this girl. And he keeps saying,
Woo be the lead?
I know. But he keeps saying things like, oh, I'm not the sort of guy that loves only one girl, but I could love her. Yeah. But it's the funny thing, because he really seems like he only is the kind of guy that could only love one girl. And there's so many twists and turns in this movie that it was just amazing. So, yeah, the love triangle. I mean, they're best friends. We know from the beginning when he starts writing letters for his friend. Sorry, there's like a big storm going on right now. There's like tons of trees moving. He starts writing the letters to his, in the name of his friend, and he falls in love with the girl. And the same thing happens in the present to the girl. And the main character from this, we should mention where she's from. So she's from Personal Taste, which so we love her. I mean, she's a great actress.
And she's obviously a very big actress, and she did a great job with this. I mean, I feel like for us, like, if I would have just seen Personal Taste first, in which we did, and if I would have seen this first, though, I don't know what I would have thought of Personal Taste, because she really, like, shines in this movie, and I think, how do you go from that to, like, comedy? I don't know, it just seems interesting to me.
She's amazing in it.
She really is.
And, okay, so now on to Mistaken Identity, Misunderstanding. So basically, the thing about this whole story, which is amazing, like, spoiler, guys, spoiler, is that I did not realize, the misunderstanding, I think, is for the viewer. Like, the entire time, and the way they set it up, it's amazing. I was shocked. When you find out who her real father is, that moment was like, what the fuck,
And I think that, honestly, this is one of the things that really surprised us. I mean, it's very rare we watch a movie and we're shocked. Truly shocked, and this was one of them. I feel like it had the romance, it had sort of intrigue, it had everything we wanted from a movie. And I know this probably wouldn't be, like, a good movie to watch with guys. I mean, I don't know if they would find it the same way, but it's such a compelling movie. I mean, if you like romance at all, this is a movie to watch, especially in the Korean category.
Definitely. And I think that what's also interesting about this movie is that there are moments when you're laughing. Like, there's a scene where they're, like, collecting, like, stool samples. And that was really funny.
And then, like, bawling.
And then you're crying. I mean, there's the train scene where you're crying and the song's playing by the guy. What's his name?
Oh, yeah. I don't know his name.
I can't think of his name, but we love him.
He also did a song for
I think I'll put it down here. He was, like, a 90s folk singer.
And it's so intense.
It's so intense. I mean, we're just crying, laughing. This movie was amazing. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, so Piggyback Ride, I mean, for us, like...
Oh, we forgot Bad Guy Turned Good.
Yeah, Bad Guy Turned Good.
Yeah, Bad Guy Turned Good. So, basically, in this one, the contemporary male lead, you kind of feel like, I don't think he's a bad guy. You just think he's like in love with this other girl, and then all of a sudden
it's not really that kind of thing.
No.
I think I think you're right. Like the misunderstandings earlier, like time. I mean, all those things are in effect here, but it's not really in the same exact way.
No,
and other dramas.
And it's also kind of in the past. You kind of wonder, like, is he a bad guy because he's in love with his, his best friend's fiance? And the way he steps back, like the way he sort of steps down, is so heartbreaking. So no one's a bad guy in this situation.
It was compelling.
I think maybe the only bad guy is Ikiwoo's dad. So I kill him. He was really, really bad guy.
Piggyback ride.
Yes, piggyback ride. Oh, there's definitely a piggyback ride in this one. I'm sure because when she hurts her ankle, he has to carry her, and that's so romantic. Oh gosh,
people hurt their ankles all the time.
Okay, this one though, has to get the award for the most likely ankle break. They were running through the forest. That's a likely reason.
That's true.
Like when you are walking upstairs.
Does anybody else have this problem? Completely side note, but when you're walking into the woods, you feel like if you can't look around you to the beautiful scenario because you have to look at your feet.
I always feel like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she's like running. Woods, she trips. Okay, that's a likely reason. I give this one the most likely reason for a piggyback ride of any show. Also, wait, we need to mention he broke the watermelon with his hand. Impressive. Okay, we love watermelon, so I would like him to do that for me. This is a really weird thing.
Okay,
sorry,
so
guys.
fashion in this. Well,
no, kisses. We missed kisses.
Oh, kisses. Oh my gosh. Sorry.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so kisses. So there's really very few kisses. I mean, they're very cute. There's basically a kiss in the past and a kiss in the future group. It's not about that. No. It's so romantic without that. I mean, the end scene of this movie gave me chills, and it didn't even have to have a kiss. I mean, that's just like emotional. It's great.
So fashion, I mean, it's 2003. Fashion wasn't a big part of this. Music, like we said, there's some nice music in it. What happens here is the music really fits the scenes.
It's beautiful.
So it really blends well. I don't think it was like standout.
There's a song called Firefly, which is really pretty, and the song, I'll put his name here. I'll find it. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know it. That song was the most moving. It's so beautiful. And every time we hear his music, we just know it's him.
It just has a lot of meaning and a lot of impact. And that's
I think his name is Kwang Soo.
Everything was done so well in this movie. So I would say, like, literally, if you have not seen this movie, you need to watch it.
Okay, we'll give it our rating now, guys. Let's do it together. 10. This gets a 10.
Yeah, watch it.
Everything you want. I mean, even though it's really a romantic movie, it's not that sappy. Like, I didn't feel like it was sappy, kind of sappy at the end, but it wasn't as bad as The Notebook.
Yeah, I feel like if you're watching our channel,
you like it.
You should watch it.
You're gonna love it. Yeah. If you watch our videos, you need to watch it. If you haven't watched it, you should. Please, thank you so much to our subscriber that recommended this to us.
I mean, that's why, like, for us, it's such a big thing to have you guys recommend things to us because we would know about this without that. I mean, it's an older movie for us now, and we really need recommendations to watch things because, of course, we're watching what's current, but to see these other things, it's so important.
And this, if you loved Love Rain or you thought Love Rain didn't have quite as much as you wanted,
like the impact,
then watch this because this is Love Rain at its best.
Because we liked Love Rain a lot. I mean, we really did like it, but I think that if you want to see, like, wow.
This is a great movie, guys. So watch it. 2 hours. Oh, it's nothing. Just watch it.
All right, thanks. Bye.